Alrighty, welcome. Here is SickBiker. We are outdoors today because I just went to my first cross-country race this year, 2017, and so the time has come to do the final review of Cannondale FSI Carbon 2. I've been riding and checking out this bike for a couple of months. You already know each and every part of this bike and the frame and so on, because 2 episodes were already done. But today I'm gonna simply go over this cross-country racing course and show you where the bike shines and what could be better, in my opinion, here. So let's just start. This is the first thing I want to mention. The rear wheel on bumps, on some steep climbs, when you really have to push the wheel, that's where asymmetrical integration shines so much, all right? I already showed you that on my previous episodes, but if you're here for the first time, I'll just mention that the right side of the rear triangle has been moved outwards by 6 millimeters. That means we have more space for the rear wheel, and so the wheel is symmetrical and it's stiff, and you do feel that. For example, on such a hole like here, where you're pushing on the uphill and you hit something, you will feel that the wheel is really stiff. It will not rub against your frame, and so all the bikes with asymmetrical integration like FSI, Scalpel, also the cyclocross machine, really shine with the stiff rear wheel. Now, C0 carbon wheels. This is the track we've been racing. This is the uphill. We went through the corner here and then up the hill right there. And when you hear me screaming, that's the moment when I just came back here looking for this little stick. And that was the moment when either this one or this one just went into my rear wheel. I think it would come right there or here on the upper side or here, no problem whatsoever for this wheel. So I already told you that the wheel is stiff and light, but I can also tell you that it's not super fragile because it breaks these sticks. And it was really fortunate for me because if you break the carbon wheel, it will cost you some money. You can also break the rear derailleur and the frame, and it costs a lot, and warranty does not cover such crash, such bad thing. So these are not fragile wheels. Great plus for Cannondale here. Next part, Lefty 2.0. I have the alloy one, XLR, with the hydraulic lockout. All the features have been covered already, so I'm not going to talk about the weight and everything. But here I've got for you one disadvantage and one advantage. Disadvantage: Lefty is far from being the plushest fork on the market. It's not the plushest one. It's not the one that will soak up just everything. And simply also, as we always do, when we check out our buddies' bikes, we would just grab the handlebars and push it and say, "Ooh, it feels plush." Lefty won't. It doesn't feel really plush. If you want to have the right sag for cross country, you said it correctly. You're not gonna feel that this fork is plush comparing to Fox and RockShox and Suntour as well. But advantage, this is the cross-country fork, that's one thing, so you don't wanna lose energy. I did not use my XLR lockout even once on this course because it just doesn't take your energy while pedaling. So that's one thing. Another thing is cornering. There was the downhill, so we were going down here, and now it's like 100 or maybe 90 degrees or 100 degree corner. So we have to corner here to the left and go further there. That's where Lefty absolutely shines. When you lean the bike, when there are any lateral forces and braking, and some bumps, so the fork has to soak up these. Lefty is the crusher. No RockShox, no Fox, no other fork without those needle bearings will be as plush at this moment as Lefty is. I wouldn't maybe say that it makes me faster than other forks, but I would definitely say it's that it can save your ass when you are going through some hard cornering, you are braking, there are some rocks, and then your Lefty is still working as it would just on any other situation. So remember, this is not the plushest fork on the market. This is the XC fork. It won't just lose your energy, but it will be great in the cornering. The drivetrain, just look at this course. It was a real roller coaster. We are going up and down, up and down, up and down, and I would not try to save any energy on those descents. I would always go almost all out with my highest gear, and that's when you are going down the hill, pushing pedals hard and going through some bumps. It makes a really risky game because you can drop the chain. The rear XTR derailleur is super stable. It is very good derailleur. The clutch is super strong. You feel that when you change the gear, so you have to push harder, but it works so fine and it's adjustable. The chain sticks to the spider ring on the hologram crankset and it works just beautifully. Now, I'm not great fan of 1x drivetrain. I would say I don't like it. I would much rather use 2x10 drivetrain, especially on the courses like these, but this is really stable drivetrain. And then just another thought about the shifters. We have XT shifters and we have this multiple release, but you can downshift by 2 only when pushing this one, and when you pull it goes only by 1. So if you really want to push hard, you will always know this is just 1 and this is 2, and that's really good stuff. Cannondale should give us XTR here instead of XT on such an expensive bike, but all in all the drivetrain works beautifully and the course was really up and down and lots of intervals. Comfort. This is the section of this course which I hated, and it is super bumpy. I hope you can see there's lots of bumps like this one and many on the way that you can't see actually, which make us suffer on this course, and that's when the safe seat post comes really handy. The safe system is something that really works. You can feel, you can see your saddle going backwards. It's made also so that the seat tube will flex a little bit to the front, right? And your seat post flexes as a whole, and it flexes right here as well. And it really saves our butt. This is really good. I'm not sure about the carbon frame, to be honest. Comparing carbon to alloy version, I don't feel any difference in terms of the comfort, as long as I have my tubeless with the right tire pressure in the tires, right? And I have my comfy, safe seat post. I don't feel that much or any difference between alloy frame and carbon frame, but this safe system really saves us some energy here. It would be much better to use actually you don't see that, but full suspension bike would perform much better. But on the front suspension bike, a light one, the safe seat post is just wonder. One more thought about the shifters. These XT shifters, at least, should not be used, in my opinion, with these Magura MT Race brakes or the braking lever. we need iSpec in order to adjust the shifters just as we want it. My thumb is way too high here, and the shifter is already leaning against the braking lever, so no option of readjusting this. It doesn't work for me just as I want it. Also, when I want to use my indexing finger here, it's a little bit too far away from my finger. So only with iSpec, that means I would use XT shifters with Shimano brakes. So, is the Cannondale FSI the best cross-country machine in the world? In my opinion, it is, because it has so many unique systems that really work, like the asymmetrical integration in the rear. This save system works beautifully. The geometry, the lefty has a special offset. As you can see, the spindle goes forward, and the bike is nimble yet stable on the high speed, as stable as you need it for cross country. So I really love it. For those newcomers to my SickBiker channel, welcome all the new subscribers. I'm not given this bike, I'm not paid for this review. I've been loving Cannondale for years, and I asked Cannondale, would you send me this bike and let me buy it in really good price? And so they did. They have sent me this bike, and I have to purchase it, I mean pay for it till the 1st of September. The price is really good, but I'm buying this bike. This is my bike. I would love to be sponsored by Cannondale. I'm telling them I don't want the money, I want the bikes, because I love the bikes really. If you wanted to ask me, Danny, did you really ride other bikes? Yes, I did ride all the major brands except for the Specialized. I'm talking about cross-country bikes, and I do feel that this one is really the best weapon. If you need to decide, if you're gonna decide now for this season what bike to choose, you have to try it at least, and try it on the trails, not just around the local store, but somewhere on the trails. You know, get dirty, put this power, and you will see that this bike is super weapon for cross country. That's for my review. If you have further questions, put those in the comments. See you soon.